Take three returns now with Ignacio Messina, the Blade, and London Mitchell from Cumulus Radio. Did you have a nice summer vacation, London? Did you bring slides?
I did.
What London did on a summer vacation?
It's been great. 9 grandkids, and I'm enjoying them all.
Fantastic. Good to have you back, though, as always. Let's go back to early this past week when Council overrode the mayor's veto, which was not unexpected in regard to road repair funding. And my question, Ignacio, what's this mean going forward for the relationship between Mayor Collins, and City Council now? Just more back and forth again?
This has been like a lot of other previous mayors. They start off with a rosy picture, we're going to work well with Council, and then it slowly de-evolves as the months drag on. This has happened a little early in his administration to have such a rift between the two, but I think it'll get worse as time goes on. Council is not happy that the mayor is sort of defying them, that they want these additional streets added to the plan this year, and he's saying, no, we're not going to do it.
Specifically in 1 and 3, districts 1 and 3?
That was the initial plan, but all the other districts, with the exception of 2, have jumped on. All the other district councilmen have jumped on and said, we want more streets added to the plan. The interesting thing is, even if these streets were added, they wouldn't get done this year. They wouldn't even be started to be engineered this year because, well, it's mid-September at this point. The season will be over soon, so the best they could hope for is sometime next year.
London, you're watching this, observing what's happening here, and Ignacio talked about this relationship kind of going south earlier than most. I mean, we're 8 months in. 8 months.
We are. And this was his first veto, so I think that both sides are trying to establish their own presence, their own authority
Turf.
on this. Yeah, but I kind of wonder, I'm agreeing with Ignacio that it's a lot about nothing at this juncture, because we're really talking about nothing that can really take place this year. It's going to be next year, next year's budget, next year's plan, really.
You know, what's interesting is this mayor is getting sort of a taste of his own medicine that he gave to former Mayor Bell and former Mayor Finkbeiner. I think Joe McNamara said it famously once, you know, Mayor Collins and Councilman Collins would be at each other's heads all the time, and I think that's proven to be true at this point.
Okay. We anticipate there may be some more. Well, I think the mayor said he'd veto the next round as well if there's more funding approved. Is that correct? He'd veto it again?
That's true. He's going to veto it again. And even if he didn't, if say the council overrides his veto again, he doesn't have to spend this money. You know, they could put through this plan, allocate some money, and the mayor has the right not to spend it, not to have these streets put into the plan for the year.
All right. You did a story this week. Well, you released the list was released of the people on this Blight Authority, this group here. My question is, will it speed up the process in cleaning up our city? In the end, another level. Will it help the bottom line here, as we take a look at some of the video here, will it help in improving conditions in the city of Toledo? I
think it can make some targeted efforts in some areas. I mean, the authorities is filled with people who know the city, who care about the city, people like Michael Marsh from the Housing Commission. You know, they know the problem areas and they can help direct some of the efforts. But I mean, is the name a misnomer? Does it actually have any authority? It doesn't. There's no executive director, there's no staff. They can't actually make anyone do anything. But the idea is to put a lot of, a lot of smart people together to make things happen.
Good thing, Ignacio, the Blight Authority.
Well,
or I should say London. Thank you.
You know, I don't know that I'm in a position to really challenge the authority, because, as Ignacio said, there's a lot of really good people on that authority. But I'm wondering if the real issue here, the real issue behind everything, is trying to get Toledoans not necessarily to work together, but to take pride in the community and to really have a sense that we should be pitching in. We don't need an authority to tell us to mow our neighbor's lawn if the person is an absentee owner or the house is in blighted condition. We really should be stepping up ourselves. And so I think another authority or another commission to identify an issue and bring it to the forefront, not a bad idea, but is it going to do anything? I think the thing we really need to do is create that sense of pride in our community.
Well, that's been the mayor's philosophy. He doesn't want this just to be another group that meets and then does nothing or kind of fizzles out.
Tidy towns.
Sure. Well, that was his initiative that really hasn't taken off as well as I think he wants it to. And you got to remember, Toledo is not unique. There's other cities like Flint, Detroit, who have incredible blight problems, and they've had their own unique ways of trying to deal with it.
That's greater than what we have here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When I mentioned Mayor Collins and tidy towns, the question is, and you brought this up, most of these owners are vacant or not there. people do have pride. I think for the most part, people do have pride in London. But it's the absentee owners where the problem comes in.
It is the absentee owners, and I think the authority has the purpose to bring neighborhood organizations together to create an awareness of the issue. But there are a lot of city departments that are supposed to be addressing the issue, and certainly the backlog in the housing court needs to be addressed, because that's where a lot of the issues, the way I understand it, kind of stall, or a lot of the efforts stall, is within an overloaded housing court.
Well, but the housing court, the judge would say, it's not, don't put it on us, right? We've had that back and forth too, haven't we, Ignacio?
That happened earlier this
Yeah.
year with the mayor. The mayor and the housing court judge went at it, saying, there's a backlog
McConnell?
in your court, Judge
Yeah.
C. Allen McConnell. And I think part of the problem is that funding. Funding for the Department of Neighborhoods, a lot of it is federal money. That's been shrinking year after year after year. So you look at, well, does the city have the resources it needs to make absentee landlords do what they're supposed to do?
And I think that's the issue.
Right, that is the
is the resources, whether it's in the housing court or the administration, is where do you find the money to really deal with this problem?
All right, when you're trying to fix the roads are crumbling too. You got another winter coming, and you're kind of grasping. Okay.
But the mayor ran on neighborhoods. He ran
Yeah.
promising that he was going to make neighborhoods better. So really the test is rolling on.
As did Jack Ford.
Sure. Most mayors do. But the test is rolling on for him, whether or not he's going to do it. He's, like you said, he's 9 or so months into it, and I'd be hesitant to give him a grade at this point, but I know some council members are kind of disappointed about where neighborhoods have been this year.
All right, that's all the time we have. Thanks for coming back, London. We'll see you again. Don't stay away so long next time. London Mitchell and Ignacio Messina.
Thanks, Lee.
Make it a good Sunday, everybody. We'll see you next week on another edition of Conklin and Company, and join us all this week for 13 ABC Action News. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you.